What's going on, YouTube gang? It's DFS coming to you live and direct. Here to give my favorite plays for today, y'all. We got an 8-game main slate. Today is the 8th of February. Hope everybody's having a great day. Feel free to like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Press that bell icon to always stay notified for new videos. Sorry for having giving you videos. I had a birthday weekend, so I just want to take time to be with the family. And if I don't have videos, if you check out my player pool on Draft Dashboard, you'll see my plays. But let's get right into it, y'all. Going to the point guard spot. All right, now point guards, I do like Drew Holiday. I like him more so on DraftKings. $7,700 against Denver. It should be a great game to look into. Should be a close game as well. All right, now is a 232 implied total in this play, and which he has done great against Denver. 42, 51, 40, 46 in the last 4 games against Denver. But I love this price tag on DraftKings. He can easily give you that 50 burger. So Drew Holiday, I love this play for him on both platforms. Another play you also consider is Kobe White against Washington. Love this price tag on FanDuel. 5,600 to me is a cheap play. It could be an easy matchup against Neto here. Shouldn't have no problems with him. Should be able to shoot well. So love this play as he dominated Washington. You know, he had 35, 31, 47, 42 in the last 4 games against Washington. Should be also a great pace for both teams. You know, 102.5 against Washington's 103.2. So it's a great pace for Chicago here, to where I like Kobe White at a great price tag on FanDuel for 5,600. Even on DraftKings, get him for 6,400. Both platforms, good spot for Kobe White. All right, let's go to our next play. Going to our shooting guards. All right, looking to the shooting guard position. Now let's go for a savings play. The Lakers, where we know that Anthony Davis is out. And this is also looking at a 10.5 favor for the Lakers going against OKC. I like Talon Horton-Tucker, especially on DraftKings. Get him for 3,900 to where he could get some garbage minutes. You already know what he can do. The last game where he had 35 fantasy point game and only 22 minutes. This guy is a baller, so you can get some great savings for THT in this play against OKC, y'all. So love this play. More so on DraftKings, getting for a 39 price tag, where he can give you that 7 and even 8 times value spot for today. All right, let's go to our next play. Going small forwards. Want to stick to the same game with Milwaukee, where I like Chris Middleton. All right, Chris Middleton, 7,200 to me is a safe play on FanDuel. Even on DraftKings at 7,500, it should be a great floor play for him. He does well good against Denver. He did have 37, 34 in the last 2 against Denver, so it should be a bounce back game as he's been slumping in the last 3 games. So it should be a great game to target, and I like Chris Middleton also be a part of the Milwaukee stack to look into for today. So Chris Middleton, great spot to consider on both platforms at the 7K range in price. Also, let's look for some savings here. Denzel Valentine are also a good spot here at 4,400 on FanDuel. So more so a FanDuel play here if you want to look for some savings in the small forward position. So where he had 4,400, where he had 33, 26, and 31 in the past 3 games. Should be a great game for Chicago. A great Chicago stack as well to look into for your lines. Let's look into our next spot. Going to our power forwards. All right, power forwards want to pay up. Kristaps Porzingis. All right, love this play for him going against Minnesota. All right, knowing that Cat is still doubtful for today. Should be also lower owned as well. A lot of people might pivot down to like a Chris Boucher, but Kristaps has been balling lately, y'all. 34 last games, 42, 41 in the past 4 games. He did have a 76 fantasy point game last go around against Minnesota. Great spot to consider for your lines. I mean, I do understand why people might look at Chris Boucher. All right, he finally he's getting his minutes back up. The fantasy point monster. We know what he can do on the court. So check him out. His fantasy points per minute, about 1.3 fantasy points per minute, and he's averaging around 23 minutes a game. But in past, he had 32 minutes. 26 in the last 2 games. We had a 48 and 34 fantasy point game. Be a great spot in both platforms at 5,900 on FanDuel, 5,400 on DraftKings. So it's a nice little safe value spot if you want to look at power forwards, if you want to pivot from Porzingis. Another play you also consider is Patrick Williams. He's also been balling recently. So 4,500 price tag on FanDuel to me is a great value play on FanDuel. I mean, you can get him for 51 on DraftKings. To me, he still could give you a 25 plus in value. So as you can see in the last couple games, 31, 38 in the past 2, 23 in the last 3 games. So something to consider with Patrick Williams. being in the rotation, getting his minutes up. So he's averaging around 32.5 minutes in the past 3 games. So like this play for Patrick Williams, knowing he's getting the minutes and the usage on the court. Value play as well at power forward. All right, let's go to our last play. Going to our center spot. One guy in particular, Andre Drummond, to me is a cheap spot. $7,200 for a guy that could give you 60 burger here. So get a guy that is in a good spot against Phoenix. $7,200 on FanDuel to me is a cheap spot. Even 82 on DraftKings, we know his ceiling. So Andre Drummond in a good spot. He did have a 66, a 51, a 52 in the last 3 games against Phoenix, averaging around almost 13 rebounds a game. Love the spot for Andre Drummond for your lines. This is just too cheap of a play. All right, of course you got DeMarcus Cousins. To me, he's gonna be real chalky here. He is $6K on FanDuel, $7,100 on DraftKings. To me, is a cash play, knowing that John Wall is gonna be resting. You got Eric Gordon gonna be resting as well, so DeMarcus Cousins is definitely gonna get a usage bump without them on the court. So good spot if you can't pay up to Drummond. You got DeMarcus Cousins in a great play. He's also a fantasy point monster as well, averaging around 1.34 fantasy points per minute on the court. So love that play for DeMarcus Cousins for cash. So those are the plays I like here. And then you want to go for GPP. You've got Naj Reid. I think he'll be real low on here at 6,100 on FanDuel, 6K on DraftKings. He's finally getting back in his stride. He had 39, 32, 31 in the last 3 games. He will be starting again. And going against Dallas, where it's a good spot here where they're 26 against the position to starting centers. You could be a great play for Naj Reid as you be low on. So you want to go with GPP play. I do like Naj Reid here. So these are my favorite plays. Y'all like the plays, give a thumbs up.